So thank you guys for joining today. I'm really excited to talk about Word. So today's Microsoft Tips and Tricks presentation is going to be about Word, and we're going to go over some features for you guys. But I wanted to make sure that you guys had my information just in case anything pops up while we're going through the presentation, any questions you guys might have, or just want some more resources over. My information is there for you guys. Again, I will place it into the chat like normal after each presentation. That way you guys have it handy if you guys don't already have it saved. So sorry. There we go. Okay. Today's agenda will include a general overview of Word and how it works with Teams. We'll be going over settings, features, and how to send documents through Teams, as well as where to locate them in future. So if you are to send a teammate a Word document, you'll be able to know where to locate it instead of having to scroll through the whole entire chats. There is a you can toggle over to a tab and it'll show all of your files that you've actually sent. So it's not just Word that you'll have access to, but any file that you sent. So PDF, PowerPoint, Excel, spreadsheet, anything like that. I'll show you where you guys can find those in future. So we'll see kind of how the integration with Word works with Teams. Settings. So first, like I mentioned, we will be going over Word settings. For those who have been here previously, you guys know that I am obsessed with lists, but not only lists, I love customization. So customization, I think, is so important. There's no better feeling than working with ease and having everything how you want it and making that your default setting. So each time you go back, you'll be able to use those exact settings. And I'll show you how you can personalize and also set all the settings up as default. So if you go ahead and create a new document, it will start off the way you like it. So I'm all about that, and I'm super excited to dive into that. After we go through that, we're going to go through the features. So there are several features that Word has for you. I'm only going to touch base on a few, but I'm trying to touch base on as many as I can in the allotted time that we have. Some to mention is creating table of contents. You can also create it automatically. Headers and footers, if you are writing documents or creating documents for customers, creating signatures, maybe for new team members hopping on your department and team, working on documents together. So there's that collaboration with your team that you can have. I'm going to show you how you can do that. You can track the changes on who is making those changes. I'm really excited about that feature. That way you know what is going on, who is doing what. And if you are the primary person for the Word document, you can accept it and reject it. So that's kind of cool too, to see all the changes, what they've done, and if you like them or not. I'm also going to talk about autosave and just kind of customizing your document the way that you like it, with margins, orientation, portrait or landscape, so the size of the document, and inserting charts and tables. So I really enjoy putting in pictures, inserting charts, creating graphs, anything like that. And typically when you think of graphs, I think of Excel. I don't know if anyone else does. But for me, that's where I kind of think, because I also enjoy Excel, but Word also has those capabilities, and you can create your already bullet points and convert them into smart art and all of that. So we'll go over all those things. Okay, and then after that, we're going to go over the integration, yeah, like I mentioned.
So read when Jarrell leaves and go pick it up, and then come on.
Let me see. I'm going to see if I can mute everybody real quick. There we go. Everybody's muted. Thank you so much. Thank you. Help me. You're my wingman, David. So integration with Teams. So like I mentioned before, we're going to go over basically how you can input your Word or import your Word documents and where to locate them. So we can do that. And then at the end, I'll also let you know resources you can go to just so you can pick and choose deeper dives you want to go into. There's a lot of little videos or little articles that I found really, really interesting and cool for special features. But you can also look at special features and what's new in Word in your Word document. So I'm definitely going to show you how to locate that as well. So I'll go ahead and pull up a Word document and we'll just dive in. Let me move over my Word document for you guys. I was kind of playing with it earlier, just starting from scratch. So we're going to go over settings first. That way we kind of start off from scratch. So when you first click on your application for Word, like you will go to your file. I know I kind of did that quickly, so I'll go slow again. You can go to your file options and it'll pull up all of your settings. So the Word options, we kind of already go over general. So you can personalize it to you, your name, initials, any type of background or theme you want, and then also some customization over the display. You can go through all of these tabs as well just to see what you'd like proofing. I am so thankful for autocorrect sometimes when you go to type in really quick. So saving language, etc. But my big love for the settings is the customize ribbon. So you can go through popular commands. You can see all commands, specific commands you're looking for. You can do the drop down there. And so it'll kind of filter it for you, but I'm just going to kind of show all the popular demands that are used most. And if you want to add a specific one, you can go ahead and add it. I do have this already over, so I'm not going to add it, but you can add it. Sometimes it will pop up that you need to create a new group to add a specific tab. You'll just want to go new tab or new group, and then you can rename it and then add the customized ribbon shortcut that you would like to use, and it'll go ahead and be in the ribbon for you. So the ones that I added personally is the add tab or add table. And then there's also another one. It will be, I think, in your review, the tracking. So I know previously I've been asked about trying to track changes between Microsoft applications, and I found this little nugget here. So tracking changes, I think, is very important, especially when you're collaborating with your team members. That way you know who's doing what they're adding, and everything like that. So you can go ahead and you can look through everything that you would like, anything that you would like to add, macros, which are, we've previously discussed, creating, if you're doing something over and over and over again, you can go ahead and create a macro and it's going to create it from scratch. You just have to click a button and it'll do exactly what you need if you do it over and over and over again. So any action you do repetitively, you can create a macro for it. But all of that stuff you can customize, have keyboard shortcuts, anything like that. I really, really enjoy this and just going through and figuring out which one I really, really need on my ribbon for quick access. So once you've chosen anything that you want and you've added it over to your tabs, you're going to go ahead and press OK. And then, of course, when you press OK, it is going to go ahead and update your ribbon for you. So all of your tabs will have all of the add-ons that you want, and we'll just go through them all. So right here, the basic font size, increase font, color, highlighting. You can do all of that there. You can also do bullet points if you're numbering, sequencing, all that stuff you can do here. Also sorting. So you also have sorting in Word. Super easy if you're doing alphabetical stuff or number stuff. It's very, very useful. And then if you go over here, you can see all of this customization. So if you go over here, you can choose what type of editing you want, certain themes, styles you can use. So you can kind of just play around with that. Let's see. Insert. So insert, you can do a cover page. What I really, really appreciate about Microsoft is that they built in a lot of templates for us. So they make it super easy peasy. They have a lot of different templates we can go ahead and use. If you're needing a cover page, they give you a few designs already for you. And then again, after you pick a design, you can go ahead and customize it. Say I kind of like this design, but I don't like the color. That's okay, because I can go back and change my coloring if I'd like to. And then blank page, if I'm needing a space in between, or I'm later on going to use table of contents, you can use that, or a page break. Here is one of the add-ons that I put onto this tab, this ribbon, and this is inserting tables. And so I can kind of insert a table how I would like it, how many rows, how many columns I'd like. I can press here and it'll add the column for me. And then I can input my data. And not only that, but you get to kind of check out the layout that you want, what color, how you want it to look like, all of that, the shading, the boarding style, all of that. So it's very cool and customizing there. Back to insert. Then you can insert pictures. You can insert it from your personal device, devices that are in stock, and then also online. So stock items or images are kind of what Microsoft has for you. And you can insert pictures, and then you can also insert pictures from online. So it will take you to your online browser. You can look for pictures and it'll populate for you. You can insert that, shapes, icons, super cute little icons you can add in there into a presentation or a document that you have, and then smart art. So I really appreciate smart art. It really brings an extra to just any type of document. If you have lists, again, I'm obsessed. So if I have lists, and then under that, I can have so my titles, and then under that I could do, steps or something. So you can use that. And it looks like I inserted that into our table. But then again, also you can change your theme. You can change the colors. You can do all of that. You can recolor the pictures yourself. You can do any type of different formatting here. If you want it to look 3D or have some shading, you can do a lot of that as well. Charts, you could do charts and screenshots. Charts are super cool to have if you're wanting to show data for a client or a customer. You can use all these different charts that they have available to you. And then you can also change the coloring on that as well. And then also we had discussed talking about headers and footers. Headers and footers, they also have customizing headers and footers for you. So you can kind of go through and gauge on something that you would like. You can input a header here. You can edit how much from the top you want it, or the footer, how far you want it from the bottom. And then you can also do page numbers. You can do page numbers on the top or the bottom, and then page margins. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with your Word document, which I really enjoy. Just making every little document unique. You can draw on it. I personally have never drawn on something, but you can use a highlighter, highlighting specific things that you need or specific things you want for someone else to do. And then also more designing. So after you've typed up everything that you want on your page, you can go ahead and start kind of figuring out what type of layout you would want, do your fonts, your colors, and your effects. And then once you've fit everything how you want it, you can set this at as your default. So once you set it as your default, if you create a new document, it's going to start from your default. You don't have to go back and edit anything and redo anything the way that you like it. It will already be there. What I also like too, so there's a lot of like confidential documents. There's some things with brand maybe that you don't want to be copied because it's yours. You don't want it to be you want it to stay confidential or not copied and distributed out. I really like this feature with the watermark. So you can go in and choose anything that you would like. That way, when you print it off, it'll have this for you. So I really like that too. If you're doing a flyer, you can do page borders, which I think is interesting. You can go in and choose any type of border you like, color, width, everything. That's very exciting. And then you have the shading if you want different shading. So there's so many things that you can do. Next, you can do layout. So layout is how you want your page to look. You can do margins, how far you want them to be. They give you some options, but then you can customize it. You can customize your margins if you want the top, bottom, left, right, all of that, how far you want it from the edge of the piece of paper that you have. Next is orientation. So if you want it portrait or landscape. I use landscape if there is kind of like stages that I want to show and I want it to show on, horizontally, and I want to be able to see it from start to finish. I love to use landscape. And then you can size your paper. So this is the type of paper you're going to be using when you're printing off. And you can pick whichever paper size that you like. And of course, there's more options. So if you're printing booklets or printing envelopes even and letters, you can use that here as well. Line numbers, references, table of contents. So you can kind of see my table of contents down here. I can remove my table of contents, but I can also customize it. So when I remove it and add a new one, I can customize my table of contents. I'll go ahead and do that actually. Let's remove it. I think I'm still in header phase. Where you at, honey? There we go. There we go. Good. Okay, there's my header. Let's go back to, there you go. There we go. I was still in my header, sorry. When you go into table of contents, you can customize it for yourself. They're kind of built in for you, customize it. The leaders, formats, showing the levels if you want to, or if you want as many as you want, all of that. I really like the table of contents. So after you're going through a huge document, maybe it's something for your HR resources or a resume or a contract that you're doing with a customer or a new person coming on board, you can do a table of contents of where they need to go to sign, all of that. Really like that. And then mailing. For those who are like an AR or accounting, envelopes, and sending out bills or anything like that, you can go in and create envelopes for yourselves, delivery address, everything. You can preview it, feed the envelope in, and it'll show all of this. So it's like clean, cut, all that. And you can also create labels for yourself. So anything that's customizing for your team, maybe you're doing a culture thing and you want to create labels for the event you guys are going to go do, you can do that as well and put it on like sticky paper. I get excited about that type of stuff too. Review. So you could do, after you're finished with your document, you can go ahead and double check your spelling, going to thesaurus, anything like that. You can actually look at your word count too, just to see where you're at if you'd like. So there's a ton of things you can do, even translate. super, super crazy. All of the things that Microsoft has continued to add. Now, remember when I talked about tracking changes? There's a lot of different things that you can do for tracking changes. So for tracking changes, you can track your changes, lock the tracking. And when you go into figuring out what you want, you can do simple markup, all markups, no markups, or original, and do all markups. So it kind of looks and you can see everything. So I deleted this 31 minutes ago. You can show comments, inserts, and deletions or formatting. You can do balloons or all revisions in line. And then specific people. So if you shared your document with several people or you have it on your OneDrive and you guys are doing the document together, you'll have all of your reviewers here and you can check them off on who can actually make changes to the document. And then you can either go in and accept. You can accept specific. You can just go down the line, accept and move to the next, or accept all of them. And maybe there's a change that you don't like, you can reject it as well. And then you can compare. So you can compare and also combine two revisions. So say someone is doing a blog or a document, someone else is doing a contract. So you're doing two contracts and you want to merge them together, you can combine them. When you do that, you'll just look for the original document and the revised document and you can press OK and we'll merge them. You can also do the compare. So you can have two visions of one and see what the updates are. And then also over here, if you see this, you can also link your OneNotes to the document. So I know we had previously talked about OneNote. You can do all of your linked notes to this document here as well. Okay, so view, you can arrange, split, switch windows. This is where you can go for your macros, what I was talking about, those repetitive things that you do for each document. You can go ahead and record a macro, and then next time you come, you can just click your macro and it'll apply it to the document. Developer. Again, you can do macros here as well, viewing all those macros to see all of the ones that you have. Do more add-ins, document template, and then help. So I really like this tab just because if there is something new, I can always go here and see what's new. It'll pop up all the new features that they have and I can learn more. So as soon as I click the learn more, it'll populate the article for me and I can go ahead and review it and read it. And then I can also show trainings, see trainings, and then help. I really like help because it can also give you some tips. You can go in here and search what you're trying to do, and it'll help you through. Whether it's mail merging, pictures, pages, and layouts, or you're trying to collaborate with your team and you want to learn more, maybe you're having issues doing that, you can go ahead and click there. You can get started, and I'll go through even little snippets of anything that you're going through. So you'll have like videos and articles and step-by-step pictures that I really, really like. And I think that's such a good tool to use just in case you get stumped or you're wanting to do something or learn more. I'm kind of a sponge and I just want to learn as much as I can about certain things. And so that's always a good tool to go back and reference. If you're needing something, anything like that, that help tab is a lifesaver. And then again, table design, like we already went over when I was showing you the tables I was creating. Layout. So layout has a lot as well. I know there's so many features we're kind of hitting right now, but just if you guys want to kind of dive in deep there, you can convert things to text. They do have formulas here and Word that you can mess around with. It's very fun. So I love that. portion of Word. It's just a lot of features. You can customize each document, and you can also set your defaults and collaborate with your team members. Now, for people to actually collaborate on one document at the same time, the document will need to be saved to your OneDrive. And so when you save it to your OneDrive, it is basically in a cloud, and both of you guys can be in it at the same time. And you both can save your changes and everything like that, and you can track your changes to who is doing what. It's really cool to go into a document, and you can already see there will be like another little icon over here, and it'll also show you who else is in that document with you. And you can see their changes as well. So if you're wanting to collaborate with your team over a certain project or certain documents, that is definitely what you'll want to do. And then also, if you are wanting to autosave, I feel like autosave has saved me so many times. You'll go ahead and toggle this to on, and then it'll ask you where you'd like to turn it, where you'd like to upload the file and keep it. And then it will keep the autosave, and it'll save for you periodically. And then if you want to save it right away, you can either do save up here to that little drive right there, or Control S. Anything to undo, you can do this as well. This little bar up here, the quick tabs, you can also customize that in the settings that we were in previously. So there is a lot that you can do. If there is a specific document you would like to share with a specific team member, you can go ahead and share it. When you go share, of course, I have to save it to my OneDrive to share it, but you can either send it as a Word document or a PDF, and you can email it to the person it was intended for. So I like that as well. Do I have any questions or comments, or are there special features that you guys have seen that you guys already use? I like to hear that, or something that you guys have learned today already. Or something that you guys will implement. I'm super excited about all the things. Okay, I'll go ahead and move over to, oh, awesome. Thank you so much, David. I just saw your comment over the macros. I appreciate you getting that article for us. Okay, so let's see. If I guess I could save this real quick. Yeah, that's awesome, Leah. Go ahead. I know, I didn't really realize too how much Word and Excel kind of, they do a lot, they have a lot of the same actions, which I thought was really cool. They have some of this, they have similar features in some things as well. Microsoft. I'm saving my document real quick. There we go. Let me see where it's hiding. Okay. Documents, desktop. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, David. Man, I love having you as my wingman, coming up all these resources for us. Okay, I'll just use one of the Word documents I already have to show you guys. So I have right here the patching policy that we use here. And I'm going to kind of get my teams over as well. Perfect. So here you see I have my file open, and I also have my teams open. If I'm in a specific Teams channel or a chat, I'm going to go ahead and I can actually take my document. I'm sure people have used this before. And then you can drag it over and you can let it, hold on one second. It'll drop in and download for you. I think I'm actually going to copy it too. Copy, see if it'll paste for me. No, okay. My stuff has disappeared. All the tabs. Okay. Let's see if it'll do it for me right now. I swear all of my documents, if someone's watching me, it's like, no, not today. We're not going to work for her today. Ha. Okay. So that's not going to work for me there. Okay. If that happens to you, don't fret. Don't worry. I'm going to go up here. Let's see. There's typically link code insert. Let me bring that up. There is a thing where you can add a document. I'm going too fast for it. Let's see. Where'd you go? Where's my little okay paragraph? There we go. My options. Crease. Let's troubleshoot this together. Where'd my sweet thing go? They're typically right here. I've had I hear it's David. Let me see.
Are you attaching a file? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes. So I just found, so I see that we're in a meeting, the meeting chat. Typically in some of the chats, there is that little paper clip at the bottom. Right. I don't know if anyone has seen that before. Let me see. I think it didn't work for me because I was in the meeting.
Yeah. Generally, you can just click on that attachment down at the bottom. So.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and.
That's okay. You can just keep going. I think everybody knows how to attach one. So.
Okay, perfect. So right here in one of the things, you can attach the file. You can go in, upload it from your computer or your OneDrive, and it'll work for you there. And then if you want to see files, you can go to the Files tab up at the top, and all of your shared files within any chat, any Teams channel, you can go there, and anything that you have shared, you can go ahead and see from start to finish, basically, from anything past to present. We use this a lot for our HR resources. A lot of our channels that we know people are going to go to for specific documents, we go ahead and keep everything already uploaded there. So it's really quick and easy for our team to just pop to that channel, go toggle to the files, and then all of your files are going to appear there. That way it's easy access and everyone has it whenever they want in one place. Awesome. Does anyone have any questions? Perfect. It's either a lot of information or I've just explained it well. Resource to use for more training. So I'm also going to place this into our feed just so you guys have access. So a lot of the stuff that David has been giving us, this will be similar. It's from the Microsoft website, super easy. Just kind of like the tab that I showed you with help. They have videos and articles that you can go and read. This is specifically for Word. So I'm going to put that in the chat for us later. And then the next thing that we're going to talk about is going to be PowerPoint. So PowerPoint, a lot of people use for presentations. So I know last time we had discussed what we were looking forward to next, and Word and PowerPoint were one of the two that won. So PowerPoint will be next. If you have missed any of our previous tips, you can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I upload everything after each meeting, and the new one will be up there soon. And then I will also put that link into the channel for us. So if there's anything that you guys might want to go review, you can. Anything that you missed or anything you just want to review again, you can. And then our next meeting is going to be May 13th at 2 p.m. Central Time. So I will see you guys in May, second week of the month, on that Thursday at 2 p.m., same time, same day of the week. But